So this warning in Exodus 20, and you combine it with the statement in Ezekiel 18, tell us a couple of very important things. First, your parents do not create your future. Sometimes as parents, we'd like to think that we can. But really, if you think about who we are as parents, aren't you glad that you can't? That we don't get everything we ask for. So children are not locked in either by the obedience of their parents to automatic blessing, nor by the disobedience of their parents to automatic punishment. The soul who sins shall die, and the righteousness of the righteous shall lead to blessing. Your parents do not create your future. But here's the second point, and it is especially for parents. We can, by our faithfulness to God, give our children a downhill slide toward righteousness, or by our faithlessness to God, send our children on a trajectory toward wickedness. We are responsible moral agents. We all have to face the consequences of our decisions as they are freely made. We also have to see what Scripture teaches in a number of places, the significant role that parents play. Not to guarantee you put in the right parental prayers and out comes the sort of child that you want. That's not what we see in the Bible. That's not what we know from our own experience. But there's no question that, just use myself for an example, my upbringing with two parents who loved each other, who stayed together, who read the Bible with us, who prayed for us, who brought us to church and Sunday school and evening church and Wednesday church, and provided a home that was safe and stable. There is no question that all of that makes it and has made it much easier for me to choose what is right. And conversely, if we have parents and an upbringing that are quite the opposite, it does not excuse poor choices we may make, but it does mean it will be much more difficult. That's why I use the metaphor of downhill. And we usually think downhill as, well, things are going bad, but I don't mean it in that sense. I just mean what's easier? It's easier to ride your bike downhill. And so as parents, we can set our children on a trajectory so that their quote-unquote natural momentum is towards faithfulness, is towards the church, is towards obedience. Now that doesn't mean that some of them don't get real stubborn and decide, I don't care if this is the way I've been going, I'm going the hard way and walking up this hill and going in the opposite direction of mom and dad. That happens. And then conversely, we can set our kids on in trajectory towards ever-increasing wickedness and iniquity and to face the punishment of God. And it's not to say that by God's grace, He doesn't often turn those people around and give them a new nature and set them on the hard work of walking up a hill. But it is to say that the role of the parent is to make righteousness seem an easier path and wickedness presented and seem more difficult.